What's good, Washington fans? My God. What's good? Big win. Big win on Monday night. Nerve-wracking win. Woo! Man, if you're a Washington fan or if you're a soccer fan and Real Madrid fan, you're sitting on this high right now. 2 days in a row where my favorite teams have put me on the edge of my seat. Real Madrid on Sunday night, and then of course Washington tonight. What's good? Washington gets the win, 17-15 over the Seattle Seahawks. It was a very good defensive battle. I actually liked the game, and here's the thing: I like to enjoy the offensive putouts. The high scoring games, but there are some good low defensive, tough, hard hitting affairs. So I really like this game. I really do. I really did. The crowd was actually hyped tonight from what I saw. A lot of Washington fans, from what I heard, they were, playing very loud tonight. So that was good to see. So let's get into some guys that I like to mention before I get into the good, the bad, the ugly. Taylor Heinicke. Really, what else could you say about the guy? The broadcasting team tonight was saying that he needs to prove himself. He's proved himself. Taylor Heinicke. He had 3 tough opponents. 3 former Super Bowl MVPs / MVPs. It kicked off of the bye against Tom Brady, dominated the Buccaneers, but was able to pull that one out. Then Cam Newton in Carolina, he beats Cam Newton and the Panthers. And then tonight on Monday night, the football team has not won a Monday night football game since 2012. A home Monday Night Football game since 2012. That's almost a decade ago, and I remember that. That was the Robert Griffin III era. I remember that much because I remember I was, teaching my sister football as well that night. I was teaching her about football because she's not a sports person. But, Taylor Heinicke, 3 big-time performances, and he gets W's. So, Washington 5-6. Also forgot to mention before, during this, throughout this video, Washington with this win and with the Vikings loss yesterday, they are now the 7th seed. So they are in the playoffs right now. If the playoffs were in today, I'm not going to get, too hyped about the playoffs. I'm not, Washington does not have an easy schedule coming up. They have to face Dallas twice. They have to face the Eagles twice. They have to face the Giants. And then they have to face the Las Vegas Raiders this upcoming Sunday. So 6 tough games coming up. So if Washington can find a way to get maybe, I want to say 3 wins. If Washington can find a way to get to 8-9, I'm actually okay with that. I'm not going to be thinking about playoffs at this point. I'm not. I'm not going to, ride the playoff train just yet. Just because of the tough schedule. It's tough, and there could be a letdown. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's one guy that caught my attention. Landon Collins had in my opinion, his breakout game as a Washington football team player. He pretty much stunk it up the first 3 years that he was here. And he forced a fumble. And then got a sack. And then his absence was noticed because he got hurt after the 2-minute warning. And that's what led to the Russell Wilson pass to Freddie Swain for that touchdown late. Because DeSazier Everett got burned on that play. So, Landon Collins not being out there for that play, it really stung. So, it is what it is there, though. Hopefully, and I'll talk about the injured players in a little bit, but, yeah. So, Landon Collins, best performance. Antonio Gibson, pretty solid today. Had big time runs when Washington needed them the most. Also, let me see here. J.D. McKissick with his 2 big touchdowns. He deserves a game ball. Hopefully he's okay. He got hurt. Like I said, I'll talk more about the injuries later, but where would Washington be? He got redemption. The Seahawks are one of his former teams that let him walk in the offseason a few seasons ago. So it was nice to see that J.D. McKissick was able to get the 2 touchdowns needed there. So I got to give out that game ball to the run game. J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson respectively. The offensive line played pretty solid. I think they gave up like the 1 sack on the offense. What's this guy's name? Wes Schweitzer went down. So hopefully, basically we got to see, what's this guy's name? Keith Ishmael come in and play center. But like I said, I'll talk about more of the injuries in a second. It was good to see Curtis Samuel back. He had a few passes. Logan Thomas got it. Good to see him back. He had a touchdown that was later ruled incomplete. It is what it is. The touchdown rules, I've given up on keeping up with them. It was ruled a touchdown, and then I guess he did not have control when he was going down, so they ruled it an incomplete. So me personally, video replay ruins the game. Let me see. The defensive line played very solid. Shaka Toney had a sack. Jonathan Allen, leadership there. Shaka Toney had a few big-time sacks on Russell Wilson. I already spoke on Landon Collins. Cameron Curl played okay. He just had a few boneheaded plays here and there, like the pass interference call that basically led to the Russell Wilson 32-yard bomb to Freddie Swain. He also did let an interception get away from him when Russell Wilson literally threw it, and it literally hit him in the chest, and he couldn't corral it. So, he played okay. So, he did have a few big stops, a few big, pass breakups. Kendall Fuller. Funny enough, a lot of the commentators, and I even think that Taylor Heinicke actually called him Kyle. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Kendall Fuller, actually, caught the interception that basically sealed the game for the Seahawks. They needed a 2-point conversion to tie it, and then Kendall Fuller just grabbed it, and sealed the fate. Granted, the Seahawks almost had an onside kickoff recovery, but if it wasn't for a penalty, basically Russell Wilson would have had another chance. But other than that, Kendall Fuller played very well today. He did let the big play up. He did give up a big play to what's his name, Tyler Lockett. But aside from that, the interception to seal the deal was okay. Really, the defense as a whole actually played pretty solid. They forced the Seattle Seahawks on 6 straight punts. 6 straight punts in the second half. They held them to a touchdown. In the first half. And aside from that bit, the last second touchdown by Russell Wilson, they played very well. Like I said, it was a hard-hitting affair. So I gotta, the defense as a whole actually played pretty solid. So I'm liking more and more the defense. The defense is finally being able to shape up. They're trying. They're finally getting their identity back. From last year, that big time run, finally recuperating that top 5 defensive status that they had last year. So, and that's without Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Imagine when we get Montez Sweat back. Maybe for the Dallas game, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'm really proud of the way the defense played today. So let's get into the good, the bad, the ugly here. And trust me, there is good, bad, the ugly. I know that I've excluded a lot of some of those categories out in recent videos, but this time it's going to be all three categories. So the good was, like I said, the offense. Taylor Heinicke making his throws, making smart choices. The interception, I don't believe it was his fault. That was basically a tipped pass by Jamal Adams, and then I think Quandre Diggs picked it off. So that wasn't all Heinicke's fault. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but aside from that, Taylor Heinicke had a pretty solid game. Didn't force anything. Checked down. He ran when he needed to run. So I got to give him his props. Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, like I said, those guys 1-2 punch, pretty good. Didn't see a lot of Jarrett Patterson today. So it is what it is there. Let me see. What other good did I see? The defense, like I said, the defense played very well. Landon Collins, breakout star of the game here, tonight. Played very well tonight, and his absence was noticed on that play where Russell Wilson did give up that touchdown. So, best game so far from Landon Collins. Aside from that, Terry McLaurin, I don't think he had DeAndre Carter. What else can you say? DeAndre Carter coming away with big catches. Good to see Curtis Samuel back, Logan Thomas back. So, I think that's basically all the good. Some bad. The penalties. Certain drive killing penalties. For example, on 4th and 1, when Ron Rivera wanted to go for it, Antonio Gibson got the first down, but was called back because of a hold on Brandon Sheriff. So the penalties were a big thing. Like I said, Cameron Curl had a PI call on him. So, that extended a drive for Russell Wilson, that last Russell Wilson drive. So, I think that covers the bad. I'm going to get into the ugly, and the ugly isn't much of a performance issue. It is more of an injury issue, and the injuries continue to pile up on that offensive line. We saw, what's this guy's name? Wes Schweitzer go down with an ankle injury. Keith Ishmael had to come in. So hopefully we get these centers back. The offensive line is getting thin again, and that's not good, especially in the long stretch that Washington needs to be healthy. So Wes Schweitzer, ankle injury, hopefully he's okay. J.D. McKissick, he did have his 2 touchdowns, but on that drive where it could have been that killing drive that could have sealed the game, he got hurt. He banged his head on Quandre Diggs' leg or something like that, or his knee. So it's looking like a concussion. So hopefully he's okay. I don't see him playing on Sunday against the Raiders. So, like I said, hopefully he's okay. Some more injury news. Joey Slye. And this is a guy that I have not mentioned throughout this video, and this is why. He got hurt. The special teams also was I forgot to put this in the bad. I guess I can put the special teams unit in the ugly categories, thinking of it now. Special teams unit was bad, worst game in my opinion. From the blocked extra point, granted, Joey Slye is known for kicking it low sometimes, getting extra points blocked in his past, but still, the special teams unit, not too hot of a game. That blocked extra point, and then Joey Slye, he was trying to make a play and pulled his hamstring. He suffered a hamstring injury, so he was out for the rest of the game. So that was a good momentum changer, because on that last drive, if Joey Slye was healthy and good to go, Ron Rivera would have just taken the 3 points and iced the game right then and there. But no, Ron Rivera had to go for it on fourth down because Trustway isn't known for kicking field goals at all. And when he did kick field goals in college, he was 1 for 6 of what I heard the commentators say. So, Joey Slye's absence was missed. Suffered a hamstring. The onside kick, somewhat recovery. If it wasn't for that penalty that helped Washington, get a reprieve there, who knows what would have happened. Russell Wilson, 14 seconds, another deep pass. Who knows? Me and other Washington football team creators probably would have been sitting here saying, "Oh my goodness, that was a bad ending into the game." But, special teams unit did not look, Jordan Kunashik, whatever his name was, showed some hesitance on that onside kickoff return, and that's what cost Washington that. But like I said, the penalty forced Seattle to redo it. So, alrighty, guys, 17-15. That was basically the ugly that I could think of. Injury-wise, I think that was it. J.D. McKissick. Let me see. J.D. McKissick, Joey Slye, and Wes Schweitzer. I think that those were the only injuries that I could... Oh, Landon Collins. I forgot about that guy. Landon Collins. There you go. But that's the only thing that I can think of to put in that category. Let me know what you all thought of Washington's performance. A good win. It was a defensive struggle. It was a defensive battle. And it was, it was this close to actually shutting it off. But like I said, for some reason, Monday Night Football games always come to the wire. So it was kind of good that I didn't, because I would have missed something like that. And I guarantee you that if Joey Slye would have made that field goal, or was healthy and made that field goal, I would have probably just turned it off right then and there and called it a night. Started my recording there. But alrighty, guys, that'll do it for this video. Let me know what you all thought of the Washington football team's performance tonight against the Seattle Seahawks. Washington wins 3 in a row, and Taylor Heinicke gets his 3rd win against a Super Bowl MVP in Russell Wilson. So that'll do it for this video. Remember, guys, hit that sub button. Make sure you hit that sub button, all right? Smash that like button. Comment. Let me know what you guys thought. Until then, guys, keep it real. Enjoy this. It's Victory Tuesday, y'all. Tomorrow, Victory Tuesday. Until then, keep it real. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.